All right, so I told you I'd put up something on the snatch. Here's the deal. If you make the OK sign with your fingers and grab the bell in the corner with your fingers that way. So when I pick the bell up, I'm going to reach down and to the outside corner, make the OK sign. Now I've got my thumb facing forward, my elbow facing back. This is going to be the grip you want to start with. It's going to make things a lot easier for you when you're moving through the pathway. And we talked about taming the arc, and I put up that clip of Jay Wood punching the clock and of Kangian Kanajan showing his kind of how he coaches the kettlebell snatch. I like a hybrid, somewhere in between the hardstyle and the GS. I find the path to be, as Kanajan talked about, being straight up and down. I like that path, and I actually prefer a mechanic where my thumb is forward and my elbow is pretty much the only moving part other than my shoulder. So as I come out of the bottom of the snatch, my elbow bends and the arm goes up. So this motion is almost the only motion that my arm is moving in. 4 repetitions. There are other movements that I do where I'm taking it out into different planes. However, when I'm working on GS, Gear Voice Sport, the goal is to stand on the platform for 10 minutes, take one hand switch, and perform as many snatches as you can with each hand, switching only once. So you switch at the 5-minute mark and you just go. Going to also recommend that you use chalk. Chalk makes things a lot easier. So chalk your hands. Do not use too much chalk, however, because it will turn to toothpaste when you start to sweat. So chalk the belt, chalk your hands, and moderate your grip so that you're not applying too much pressure. Easiest way to do that is to open your hand at the top and to not close your hand until you have to keep the belt from traveling away from you. So from the front, it's going to look like this. I grab my belt, I hike it back, and I bring it straight up. So I just bring it straight up in a line, and there's actually a little bit of a turn. People talk about the corkscrew in GS, and they mistake the motion for being a full body twist. That is true with some people, however, most people do not work that way. The drop, and I'm going to do it from the clean position, so you can see my hand is open here. I'm saving my grip. By not gripping the bell through the entire motion, I'm saving my grip. Many competitors will curl their fingers over the top of the bell so as not to bang them together when you're working with doubles. As the bell drops, I'm going to let it hike back and then use the slingshot of the bell going back to get it back up to the top. To drop it, I'm going to turn my palm so that I can see my palm, and the bell is now in front of me and it wants to fall. Gravity works. It drops, I catch, I run back up. Drop, catch, run back up. Drop, catch, run back up. And you can see how much my arm is moving. Very little. I keep my upper arm pinned to my body and let it cycle here. So this is the clean. Catching it in a hook grip, letting my hips go back, and slingshotting the bell back up. This is the most efficient path for me. You will find a hybrid somewhere in there of what may be more of the hard style swing and clean, where it's a good crisp pull to get it back up. Elbow is pulling back, rolling under the belt. And the GS, catching it and softening the knees. But there's very little movement. I prefer, as I said, this path, because now my pressing path, my push press, and my jerk, and my snatch all have the same arm movement. So so I don't have to change my body mechanics very much to get the whole thing done. When you're working on taming that arc, here's another easy method to do it. And Paulo covers this in Return of the Kettlebell and in Enter the Kettlebell. Actually, I think it's only in Enter the Kettlebell, probably the first book. As I come out of the clean, I'm going to catch the bell. So I caught it like a waiter holds a tray. And if I don't have that arc right, it's going to get away from me, so use your other hand for safety so you don't get hit in the head. If you have to drop the thing, just let it go. But catching it here in this position will ensure that you're getting that arc nice and close to the body, short, rather than a big arc out here in front of the body. This is a lot of wasted motion, a lot of wasted energy. Here, tons of energy being expended that I may not want to expend if I'm going to spend 10 minutes standing in one place, moving the bell overhead, dropping it down. At the bottom, it weighs 2 times as much as it does at the top because gravity works and I'm accelerating it on the way down. So as it comes down, it is speeding up. At the bottom, I have to exert twice as much effort to get it to move back in the opposite direction. That means the bell weighs twice as much. It's a physics thing. For your sets, if you're going to play around with this, what I would recommend is get an egg timer or something where you can set a 15-second round and have a 15-second rest period. And then start with, can I do 15 seconds of snatching without dying? Put the bell down, start up the next round after 15 seconds of rest on the opposite side. This will start breaking you into the NVO2 max training from Kenneth J. If you look that up on the internet, it is M as in Michael, V as in Victor, O2 as in oxygen, max training from Kenneth J. You'll find that on the Dragon Roar forums. You might even find some posts on my old blog about it. Pretty simple. Tips. Don't grip the bell too hard. Keep your hands open at the top and keep this angle here straight. Don't let your hand fold over. So I don't want to find that at the top with the bell in my hand, pulling my hand open. I want it here, and I'll even curl my fingers in a little bit to relax my grip and save myself from getting too much fatigue here. This will be the first thing that fatigues is your forearms and your grip. So pay really close attention to that and try not to go too far into it. Follow the idea of keeping your mouth closed. Only do as much as you can do without breathing through your mouth. Take breaks often. Your progress will get, you will make more progress faster if you follow these kind of simple guidelines. Use as little effort as possible to get the most amount of work done. Cheers.